Hey guys, it's Sim and this is Wrestling Unlimited as it's Monday and we're here with the Wrestling Wrap-Up. A handful of news brought to you in one easy to watch video. As far as the show does go today, we've got a number of things to talk about. We've got 7 stories, some possible Raw spoilers. And I need to double check one thing on those Raw spoilers really fast. We've got 7 news stories, excuse me, and then some possible Raw spoilers. And don't worry if you don't want to be spoiled. We will talk about those Raw spoilers towards the end of the show, and I will put the spoiler graphic up in the right-hand corner so you guys do know if you're watching the video version. As far as the stuff we're going to talk about, we're going to break down everything that was announced today pertaining to WWE 2K23. They're adding war games. Speaking of war games, the Bloodline was in war games. Bloodline's going to be on Raw tonight. We now know why their segment was changed. Also, WWE wants to bring back a former set of tag team champions. Kylie Ray speaks on not being signed by WWE. We got some AEW notes and so much more. Because again, this is the Wrestling Wrap-Up. Our news show every Monday and Friday morning between 11 and 11:30 a.m. Pacific, where we talk to you and we bring you all the latest news in the world of professional wrestling. Remember, you can watch this show and support us a couple of different ways. You can watch live, twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, or you can watch or listen later, whether that's youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited or podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Also, remember, you can support the channel on Twitch one of 2 different ways. You can either support with by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can subscribe to the channel one of 2 different ways, either with a tiered subscription or Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and they always give you 1 free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month, and I'd appreciate it if you did right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Eric Tate will get into all of that here momentarily, but to answer your question, yes. Also, remember, if you're watching on YouTube, you can help us out over there by becoming a channel member. As a channel member, you get early access to news, early access to podcast episodes, early access to non-news videos, all access to our graphics packages going forward, just like this week. Not sure which day, but one day this week, you guys will get access to our AEW Dynamite 2023 graphics packages, and then next week, we'll put up our Royal Rumble graphics packages. You get all of that by becoming a channel member on YouTube or by subscribing at patreon.com/PW Unlimited. And finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're claiming one of the free games or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, Fall Guys, or Rumbleverse, you can support us at no extra cost by putting this code in at checkout when it says, do you have an Epic Creator Code? You do. It's PW Unlimited. Doesn't take long to do so. However long it takes you to type in PWU NLIMITED is how long it takes you. And again, it doesn't cost you anything extra. Whether you're buying a game, whether you're getting stuff for like bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, Fall Guys, so forth, or if you're just claiming one of the free games that doesn't cost you anything already, put this code in. Put this code right here in on the Epic Game Store or an Epic Games purchase on your PlayStation, your Nintendo Switch, your Xbox, your mobile device, and so forth for games like, again, Fortnite, Fall Guys, Rumbleverse, and Rocket League. Use our code PW Unlimited to support us at no extra cost. As far as the news does go, we've got a bunch to talk about, but big breaking news came this morning pertaining to WWE's latest video game, WWE 2K23, that will see John Cena on all 3 cover versions of this game. Let's talk about what they wrote in the press release sent out this morning. The champ is here. WWE 2K23 is even stronger with John Cena at the helm. And we've seen since 2K took over, there's always a hashtag, some sort of a catch line, whatever you want to call it, with their games. Last year was hit different. I was trying to think of that. Hits different. This year is even stronger. It says featuring music megastar Bad Bunny bonus pack, enhanced gameplay, a unique twist on showcase, all new war games, advancements in GM and My Faction, and more. Today, 2K announces WWE 2K23, the newest installment of the flagship WWE video game franchise developed by Visual Concepts, will be coming soon for PlayStation 5, PS5, PlayStation 4, PS4, Xbox X and S, Xbox One, and PC via Steam. In celebration of his 20th anniversary as a WWE superstar, 16-time world champion, Hollywood icon, record-setting philanthropist, and WWE 2K23 executive soundtrack producer John Cena will be featured on the cover of each edition of the game, striking 3 of his signature poses. Global music phenom Bad Bunny, Billboard's top artist of the year and one of the most streamed artists in the world for 2022, will also make his WWE 2K debut. So there we go. John Cena will be on the cover of the game, and Bad Bunny is the pre-order bonus character. They state, WWE 2K23 features several franchise advancements, including a unique new take on 2K Showcase, the WWE 2K introduction of the fan favorite war games, and expansions to several marquee game modes. In addition, fans can also look forward to a deep roster of WWE superstars and legends, including Roman Reigns, American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, there we go, that's the confirmation, even though we basically knew it was going to happen, Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and more. Incredibly realistic graphics, animations, camera angles, and lighting, plus accessible controls and new optional pinning mechanic will add to the highly immersive experience. Don't have any other details on that as far as the new optional pinning mechanic does go. So hopefully we learn about that sometime soon. They do state WWE 2K23 Deluxe Edition and Icon Editions are scheduled for worldwide release on Tuesday, March 14th, 2023 via early access, followed by the standard and cross-gen editions on Friday, March 17th. Now, I've seen some people say, what's the difference between the standard and cross-gen editions? Nothing really, other than cross-gen editions just mean that you can play it on PS4 and Xbox One. But I think they get into that more in the press release, I think. I read it over only once. Let's keep going. John Cena stated, quote, "It's a pleasure to tell the story of my career through WWE 2K23 Showcase," said John Cena. 2K has done a fantastic job capturing and invigorating the WWE 2K franchise through this concept, and I am honored to grace the cover of WWE 2K23. Much like our cover superstar John Cena, the Visual Concepts team didn't back down from the challenge to prove that the quality of the WWE 2K franchise is here to stay, said Greg Thomas, president of Visual Concepts. WWE 2K23 takes a winning formula and adds so much more. We're especially excited to see how fans react to the 2K Showcase and War Games. Kid just says, thank God they're calling it WWE 2K23 and not 2K Battlegrounds 2. Well, hey, buddy boy. The WWE mainline games, the 2K Ad the Year, and the Battleground games, not even the fucking same. Two completely different fucking franchises. So, yeah, not even the same games. So, not even gonna get into this. Never mind. I can. Never mind. I'm just saying, not even the same games. They just didn't make a Battleground 2. The reason they made a Battleground was because a company came to them, a studio came to them with a pitch. They said, "Oh, well, we're backing off of a mainline game this year. We need a WWE game every year. We'll greenlight your little idea." That is why they did Battlegrounds. There was never a thought to do a Battlegrounds 2. Because again, totally different game. WWE 2K23 features several hallmarks of the franchise, as well as some new additions and twists to fan favorites, starting with the 2K Showcase starring John Cena. Conquering John Cena in the ring is an accolade few superstars can claim. In an unexpected twist on 2K Showcase, players will step into the boots of several of Cena's toughest competitors with one goal in mind: defeat the man who will never give up. Spanning his 20-year WWE career and narrated by Cena himself, the interactive sports entertainment documentary uses 2K's unique slingshot tech for a seamless transition from gameplay to live-action footage to bring pivotal moments in each match to life. So similar that we saw with the Rey Mysterio showcase last year, where something will happen in your game, you hit a check mark, I guess you could say, and then it'll shoot to real life footage and then shoot right back to game footage. War Games, the fan favorite chaotic action-packed War Games match, makes its debut in WWE 2K23 and delivers heart-pounding 3v3 and 4v4 single-player or multiplayer mayhem inside the two-sided ring setup surrounded by a double steel cage. Now, I'm going to bump over to this really fast because we do have an image of War Games. It's a very little brief image, but we do have this image of the War Games match itself. And there's a few things to look at here. So this is the NXT arena. And we do see that they have the shark cages up here to hold the competitors. There's Jey Uso right there. There's Sheamus over there, and it's Roman versus Drew. Now, we don't know if this match itself is going to be locked to this arena or if you can use War Games in any arena you want. That is something that is not known at this moment. My GM, now featuring more GMs to choose from, or a player's own custom GM creation, as well as additional show options, multiple seasons, expanded match cards, and more match types for up to 4 players. Players draft a roster, manage budgets, sign free agents, choose various match types, arena locations, production elements, and more, with the goal of beating a rival GM in weekly ratings battles. Now, my GM was something I really enjoyed in 2K22. It's something that I streamed a couple times, but with it only being just a 1 year, 1 season thing, I felt like I finished one, I did a second one, and then I'm like, well, there's not much more here to do. It started just feeling redundant. So hopefully with them saying there's multiple seasons in this one, once you get past year 1, it's not a lot of redundancy like it kind of felt like with the last game. My faction, now featuring online multiplayer action. The team building mode in which players collect, manage, and upgrade an array of WWE superstars and legends to create their ultimate 4-person faction returns. Players can now take their faction online and compete for global dominance or compete in weekly towers and faction wars, while new themed card packs and goals roll out regularly throughout the year. Again, this was also something I did like a lot for 2K22. It's like a what do they call it in the EA games? Ultimate Team kind of thing. My Rise. Aspiring superstars walk through the curtain for their WWE debut in My Rise and shape their career with the decisions made along the way. Featuring distinct men's and women's division stories and the ability to import custom-created superstars' players' journey from the humble beginnings of a rookie to the immortality of becoming a legend. Universe Mode, the ultimate WWE Universe sandbox that puts players in charge of their own versions of WWE, from superstar rosters, feuds, champions, weekly shows, and premium live events. Updates to Universe include a reworked story system and more. So not much said there about anything changes. Creation Suite, a signature feature for WWE's 2K franchise. The Creation Suite returns with cross-platform community creations, that's cool, including the ability to design custom superstars, GMs, arenas, entrances, movesets, championships, and more. Wonder what the and more is. Maybe like Videotrons and stuff. Custom arenas are now playable online, that's awesome, and advanced customization has been added created entrances. Okay, not sure what the advanced stuff is, but got me interested. WWE 2K23 editions and pre-order bonus info. WWE 2K23 features 4 editions of the game: Standard, Cross-Gen, Deluxe, and Icon. The Standard edition will be available for $59.99 on previous gen platforms: PlayStation 4, Xbox One. The PC, and PC. Well, goddamn. So, now, wait. Now, here's my question then. Is the PC version then a previous gen version and not a current gen version? Now, that's going to be the big question that we're going to have to figure out once this game releases. If the PC version is only $59.99, then does that mean it is the previous gen version and may not have as great visuals and whatnot as, say, the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S versions will at $69.99. So that's something to think about and really ponder. It says both will be available. It says both will be available in physical and deluxe formats. The cross-gen edition, which will be available digitally for $69.99 on PlayStation and Xbox consoles. The cross-gen edition includes the standard edition across previous and current gen platforms within the same console family. So basically what this means, you're spending $69.99, the PS5, Xbox Series X version, but you're getting both, say, the PS5 and the PS4 version. So say in your living room, you've got a PlayStation 5, but in your son's room, you have a PlayStation 4. Well, buy the game once for $69.99, and you can install the game on both your PlayStation 5 and your PlayStation 4 because you're getting both versions of the game. So that's awesome that they're doing that. Really, if you think about it, at no extra cost. A lot of times it's like, oh, buy the PlayStation 5 version or buy the PlayStation 4 version. Oh, you want the other version as well? Extra $20, extra $10. The deluxe edition will be available for $99.99 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One in both physical and digital formats. The PC version will be in digital format. The deluxe edition includes the standard edition of the game, the Bad Bunny bonus pack, plus a season pass to all 5 post-launch DLC content packs, not yet announced. The My Rise Mega Boost and a Supercharger, Ruby, John Cena, My Faction Evo card, Gold, Edge My Faction card, Emerald, Bianca Belair My Faction card, Gold, Asuka My Faction card, and 3 basic premium launch My Faction card packs. The deluxe edition will be available on March 14th, 2023, 3 days ahead of the standard and cross-gen editions. The Icon edition will be available for $119.99 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, the Xbox One, and PC. Featuring original cover art by WWE artist Rob Schamberg. In addition to the standard edition and all bonuses in the deluxe edition, the Icon edition also includes a Ruthless Aggression pack, celebrating 20 years of John Cena's WWE career, including a playable version of John Cena's earlier prototype character, as well as a Leviathan Batista, developmental rookie versions of Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton. So OVW versions of Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton. The John Cena Legacy Championship, not 100% sure what that means. It's probably a spinner of some sort. And the WWE WrestleMania 22 Arena. So it sounds like if you don't have the Icon pack, you ain't getting that WrestleMania 22 Arena. Well, unless somebody, I guess you could say, digs into the source code, pulls it out, and somehow re-uploads it to, what's it called? My creation online. So you get the WrestleMania 22 Arena with the Icons pack. If you ask why that arena in specific, I don't know. I would have thought WrestleMania 21, because that's significant to John Cena, because WrestleMania 21 is where he won his first world title. But you get the WrestleMania 22 pack. Additional bonus content includes Emerald Paul Heyman My Faction Manager card and 3 deluxe premium launch My Faction cards. The Icon edition will be available on March 14th, 2023. The Bad Bunny bonus pack pre-order offer. Players who pre-order the standard and cross-gen digital bundles will receive the Bad Bunny bonus pack, which includes Bad Bunny as a playable character for the first time ever, as well as a Ruby tier Bad Bunny My Faction card. The Bad Bunny bonus pack is included in the deluxe and Icon editions at launch. So you get Bad Bunny regardless if you pre-order it or not in the deluxe and Icon editions, but you only get Bad Bunny in the standard and cross-gen edition if you pre-order the game. They then state, tune in tonight to Monday Night Raw for the world premiere of the Even Stronger showcase trailer, including more information and a look at WWE 2K23 gameplay. So we got a short trailer today that showed a little bit of gameplay, but it sounds like we're getting an even longer trailer tonight on Raw during Raw XXX. They go on to just talk a little more about the Bad Bunny stuff, which is not really much, just saying what you actually get, which we already know. And yeah, that's really all the info they dropped today. I'm going to pull this up here on the screen to show you guys the 3 versions of the cover. So we've got the standard and next gen version of the cover. We've got the deluxe edition version of the cover where we've got US champion Thugonomics John Cena. And then we have this version, the Icon Edition, which I believe might be John Cena 2006, because this is John Cena when he was on Raw. As you can tell right here, it's got the Raw side plates. So all 3 you can see right here as well. But these are the covers for WWE 2K23. And then as far as some of the screenshots do go, we have this one here of Bobby Lashley. Let me make this full screen. We have this one here of Bobby Lashley coming out on the current, I guess you could say, stage setup for Raw and SmackDown. Oh, I can't make it full screen and show all of them. Right, so let's do this. Nope. We can do this. Okay, so we have that. Wait, why is this not? There we go. Hollywood Hulk Hogan. He was in DLC last year, now part of the main roster of the game. And this also confirms the WCW Nitro stage. John Cena in his 20th anniversary gear on the current Raw SmackDown stage. The image we showed earlier, the War Games. We have, I believe this is current Raw, Bianca Belair and Judgment Day Rhea Ripley. And we know it's Judgment Day Rhea Ripley because of the purple on her gear. I like this Bianca gear as well. It's not your normal simple Bianca gear because she usually wears a lot of the same types of gear, but this one's changed up a little with like the armbands and the fishnet and all that. And we have this one of Austin from the 2002 to I want to say 2005 Monday Night Raw set. You can tell, I think this is more 2002, maybe 2003, but it's like the 2002, you can correct me if I'm wrong, 2002 to 2005 Monday Night Raw set. And that is all the screenshots they provided today with the press release and so forth. But yeah, WWE 2K22 or 23 does launch for everybody on March 17th. But if you pre-order it, well, no. If you get the deluxe, so this is different. A lot of times in the past, they have done get it early with your pre-order or the deluxe edition. But that didn't, and I'm going to go back here and see really fast. I didn't see that this time in the press release of standard edition. Yeah, no, this looks different. Only the deluxe and icon editions get the early access 3 days early. It used to be if you pre-order any version, you get early access to the game. But now it's only the deluxe and icon editions. That's an interesting change. That's a very interesting change. So with that, I guess more info will be dropping tonight on Raw, or at least more screenshots and footage and so forth. And so once we do see that, we will break it all down for you guys. But speaking of tonight's Monday Night Raw, tonight's Monday Night Raw is a special edition of Raw. It's the Raw 30th anniversary. It's Raw XXX. And a segment was actually changed for tonight's Raw. And we have a little more context as to why this segment was changed. So originally, we were supposed to get tonight the Bloodline acknowledgement ceremony where multiple generations of the Bloodline were going to acknowledge Roman. But then over the weekend, first on Saturday, Mike Johnson of PWU Insider reported this is being changed to a Trial of Sami Zayn segment. Then I want to say either Saturday evening or early Monday, WWE confirmed that we will be doing the Trial of Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn will be sitting in front of the tribal court. Well, Dave Meltzer actually had a little more info on this change as far as tonight's show does go, stating, quote, regarding the questions on the changing of the Bloodline segment from an acknowledgement ceremony with the family of Roman Reigns to the trial of Sami Zayn. Rumors regarding this had to do with The Rock pulling out or Vince McMahon changing it are both false. Rock was never booked for the segment. The change was made because Alpha, Sika, and Rikishi were all not able to be there. They were to be key people in the segment, and Alpha and Sika were said to not be ready for the trip whereas Rikishi actually got sick this past week, so the idea basically fell apart. Creative was changed with the Bloodline story on Friday to reflect the change in Raw. Basically, more dissension with Sammy and them feeling like Sammy's not 100% committed to them anymore, so that's why they're going to put him on trial to see if he is 100% committed to them or not. They stated that what happened was not the original script for Raw or for SmackDown, and things ended up being changed to reflect the change for Raw. So there we go. That is why the acknowledgement ceremony is not happening, because basically any family members that they wanted to bring in, I mean, not any, but key family members they wanted to bring in that are not usually there can't make it. Again, I don't know what they mean by Alpha and Sika were not ready to make the trip. I don't know what that means. And Rikishi got sick. So if Rikishi got sick, he's just not going to come. That's 100%. Like, we get that. So that is why the segment was changed. It wasn't because, oh, they don't got The Rock, so they got to change it up. No. Oh, Vince changed it. No. I saw both of those floating around online. Not true at all. When we talk about Vince McMahon's, I guess you could say, net worth has actually gone up. Following his retirement announcement in July of 2022, amid an investigation into Hush Pact allegations, Vince McMahon returned to the WWE's board last month. Vince now acts as the WWE executive chairman, and per Forbes, as of Monday, January 23, 2023, Vince McMahon was worth $3 billion. That means that Vince is currently ranked 1,016th on their real-time list of billionaires. This is a significant increase, as Vince was previously ranked at 1,397 in 2022 at $2.2 billion net worth. So somehow in the last year, Vince actually grew his net worth by $700 million. I did the math right in my head. He went from 2.2 billion to 3 billion. So that would be an increase of, and maybe I'm just bad with math and numbers, an increase of $700 million. Several big names have finished up with WWE since Vince's return, including his daughter and former CEO and co-CEO chairwoman Stephanie McMahon and others. But yeah, Vince's, I don't know how he made an extra $700 million over the last year, but there we go. Just thought I'd bring you that quick little news note as we get back into more news. We're going to talk about people WWE have been interested in, some they want to bring in, some they kind of tried out and didn't make it, and so forth. And the first being former tag team champions. WWE, and this comes from Fightful, they state that WWE has internally discussed bringing in a, quote, former big act. Fightful has learned that Akam and Razor, collectively known as the Authors of Pain or AOP, have been discussed for a potential return to WWE. Both were an integral part of the NXT Black and Gold brand before being called up to the main roster on Raw. In addition, the possibility of longtime original manager Paul Ellering was also being discussed. He managed the team during their NXT run before being abandoned on the main roster. That was said to be a Vince call immediately. The duo remained close with Ellering and got his blessing to name themselves Legions of Pain outside of WWE. They were originally rumors that Ellering did not want to do the main roster travel, which he refuted, stating, no, it was Vince that didn't want me with them. Both men are still under the age of 30 and haven't wrestled in nearly 3 years. They were released in 2020 and largely were out of the wrestling business, besides their ill-fated promotional attempt with WES in 2022. Razor had told some promoters and writers previously that he was, quote, retired or wasn't a wrestler anymore, which clearly changed as they tried to do the WES show last summer. So with that, WWE is interested, or Triple H at least, is interested in bringing back the Authors of Pain. And if you remember, Authors of Pain were a great tag team in NXT, running roughshod over that division with tremendous matches with FTR, The Revival, DIY, and others. So if we can get, and they are former Raw Tag Team champions too, so Vince wasn't totally against them either. But if we can get the NXT version of AOP, Authors of Pain, on the main roster under Triple H, boy, ooh, boy, is that going to be really fun to see. That would be great. Now, speaking of somebody that WWE did have interest in, did actually bring to television, give a tryout and so forth, and then not do anything with, that's Kylie Rae. As Kylie Rae spoke about, well, not getting a WWE contract while speaking with the Going Broadway podcast. Kylie Rae revealed that WWE did not really accept her and didn't sign her to a contract, as she stated, quote, "Never say never, to my knowledge, not in the Rumble. As far as something long-term, at this point, I got the quote, not right now deal, which is okay. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. If it's meant to be, it would have happened. It's more so they're having us still come back for extra work. I was there this past Friday and the Friday before. So they are still interested in using Kylie Rae, but they're not interested right this time, I guess you could say, in signing her to a contract with the company, which is very interesting that they keep calling her to come in for extra work over the last couple of weeks. I haven't noticed her on anything in the backgrounds or doing match. Well, of course, she hasn't done any matches as extra, but I haven't noticed anything with her. We do know that she had that one main event match before a Raw recently after her tryout, and then nothing really. So she's under the impression of, she's got nothing right now, and never say never. Kylie Rae did not get signed by WWE. As we move forward, we'll talk about Kylie Rae's former employer in AEW. AEW slated to go to Canada coming up, but that show actually had to be changed as AEW stated the following. Due to revised network TV broadcast schedule and the doubleheader AEW Dynamite and AEW Rampage shows, originally scheduled for March 14th at the Canada Life Center in Winnipeg, Manitoba, have been rescheduled for Wednesday, March 15th. Press release states the following. This is the same that we already wrote. It says this aligns with the regularly scheduled live broadcast of AEW Dynamite on Wednesday at 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Fans who have already purchased tickets will have their original tickets valid for admission on the event on March 15th. Fans who could not attend on the rescheduled date or wish to seek a full refund have until Sunday, March 5th to request a refund from Ticketmaster or the original point of purchase. After February 5th, not March 5th, February 5th, all ticket sales are final. So they state that this has to do with a network TV broadcast schedule, but I'm not 100% sure what that means. Now, here's what I'm thinking, and maybe I can look more into this and figure this out. Were we supposed to get a Tuesday Dynamite coming up soon on TBS? Because if that's the case, that's why they would have been running on a Tuesday and now essentially running on a Wednesday as normal. So let me look at something really fast. And Rick Zone says, yes, that's the case. But I'm going to just double check something here. Let's see really quick. So yes, in a tweet on January 23rd, All Elite Wrestling announced that due to a television network TV broadcast schedule, the doubleheader. Oh no, that's what I just read. So I'm trying to see when they originally announced it as a Tuesday night Dynamite. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything, but that sounds like the most logical reason why they would have been taping on a Tuesday anyways, because maybe we needed to do a Tuesday Dynamite. But yeah, if you're going to the show, which is also St. Patrick's Day Slam, it's no longer on the Tuesday the 14th, it's on Wednesday the 15th. Now, last year's St. Patrick's Day Slam saw a freaking great cage match between Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa has been out of action for multiple months now, and Thunder Rosa actually gave an update on her, I guess you could say, status and condition just this past week, as she revealed on Busted Open Radio that, well, going back on the road, as she stated, quote, "Since we're talking about AEW, I'm probably going to be coming back on the road pretty soon. Not to wrestle, but we're going to be out at AEW and showing face and being able... We're going to be out at AEW and showing face and being around all this stuff. It's going to be nice to be around everyone and see how things unfold." So she's still not cleared to wrestle. She's still not cleared to get back in the ring and do anything physical, but she is able to now go back on the road. And she will be traveling once again with All Elite Wrestling. So that's good to hear. And it's great that she's progressing to that nature, that she can now get back on the road. And if we do hear anything further on Thunder Rosa going back on the road with the company, and maybe she can do some non-physical things. Maybe she can help out Spanish commentary. There's a lot of things they can have her do non-physically. She can do stuff with the community outreach program. So I like this, that Thunder Rosa is going back on the road. Rick Zone says they moved Tuesday Dynamite due to NCAA March Madness. Okay, so it had been on a Tuesday because of March Madness, and now that's not on that Tuesday. So, okay, gotcha. So it's a conflict with the March Madness. Okay, thank you for that, Rick Zone. Now, before I move forward here, potential spoilers for tonight's Raw. If you don't want to know these, either click off the video or mute the video until this logo right here goes away on the screen. I'll keep this logo up here. This is spoiler alert on the screen while we talk about Raw spoilers. Again, either click off or mute until this logo goes away. Fightful has the following, and let me just do one last check here to see if they updated this. Let's refresh it, just see if they added anything new. All right. Now, tonight is the Monday Night Raw Triple X XXX Raw 30th Anniversary Edition of Raw. And with that, Fightful has some possible spoilers pertaining to tonight's Raw 30. They state, there were several talent that were contacted for the Raw 30 show that couldn't end up making it. Tatanka posted publicly that he wouldn't be there. So Tatanka stated last week that he was reached out to 5 weeks ago to be on Raw and said he would do it, but his son's wrestling team made it to state, and he would rather go to his son's wrestling meet and see them possibly win the state championship than be at Raw. Hey, more kudos to you for putting your family first. They go on to state that Kurt Angle was slated to be a special ref for Monday. Don't know what match, but Kurt might be a special guest referee tonight. They also state that there were hopes that Brock Lesnar would be involved in the show. Doesn't say that he's not, but doesn't also say that he is. Despite his look on the poster, The Undertaker's traditional gear was sent to the show. There were pitches of Undertaker to be involved in a Bray Wyatt LA Knight segment. There was a poker tournament planned for tonight's show. With Ron Simmons on the show, there were plans to have the APA reunion of sorts. And finally, it says that the $1 million belt is on scene for the show. We're told it is likely to be used in the Legends Poker Tournament. Now, $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase has already been announced for the show. He was on the graphic of Legends. So maybe he shows up to... Actually, this could be a couple of different things. He shows up to the poker tournament and tries to use that as his buy-in, the belt, or Cameron Grimes. Now, who had the belt last in NXT? Was it Cameron Grimes, or did Ted take it before he left? I don't remember that. So maybe one of them, Cameron Grimes or Ted DiBiase, could use that belt as like a buy-in for the poker tournament. So with that, these are potential spoilers for tonight's Monday Night Raw. Doesn't mean that all of this is or isn't going to happen. It's just things that have been talked about internally for the actual show, but we don't know if any or all of this did make the final script. Whoops, wrong button. Spoilers, be gone. With that, guys, that is everything that we've got for tonight's Monday Night, or for... With that, guys, that is everything we've got for the wrap-up. As well, like I say, we wrap up the wrap-up. Tonight is Monday Night Raw, the special 30th anniversary edition of Monday Night Raw, and a number of things have been announced. Let's pull those up on the screen right here for you all. First off, we do have WWE legends are set to appear as part of the historic Raw celebration. The historic Raw 30 celebration will feature a slew of WWE legends, including The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Road Dogg, X-Pac, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Jerry the King Lawler, Teddy Long, Ron Simmons, and Kurt Angle. We also know that the Bellas, Ted DiBiase, Triple H on the graphic, but not in the description, and more are set as well. We also do know that we will be getting the trial of Sami Zayn, as they state that the Bloodline will hold court for Sami at Raw XXX. We also do know that the United States Championship will be on the line tonight when Austin Theory defends against Bobby Lashley. There will be a cage match on tonight's show when Becky Lynch battles Bayley. And finally, the Raw Tag Team Championships will be on the line tonight when the Usos defend against the Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest. So with that, guys, that is everything that has been announced for tonight's Monday Night Raw. We'll be live tonight for Monday Night Raw on both Twitch and Twitter. All right? Why do I keep saying Twitter? I'm a dummy. Twitch and YouTube. We'll be live on both Twitch and YouTube tonight for Monday Night Raw. So that should be fun doing that again, going live on both Twitch and YouTube for the Raw broadcast. So with that, guys, have a great rest of your Monday. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. See you guys.